In this lesson, we will be looking at convergent sequences. What's a convergent sequence? A sequence is convergent if it tends to a definite limit. And here we have it written mathematically. Our limit as n tends to infinity of un is equal to L, where L is simply some number. Let's look at our example here. We have 2, 3 over 2, 4 over 3, 5 over 6. Now I've included some extra terms on my graph. So my graph, my horizontal axis simply represents n, each term, and un would be the term. So again, n represents the position of the term, first term, second term, third term, and un represents the value of the term. I've just included a line so you can see that our terms are tending towards this horizontal line here, 1. Now they will never get to the line 1 because from our sequence we can see that our numerator is always bigger than our denominator. So our fraction will never become 1 because of that. But it gets closer and closer and closer to 1 as we go on indefinitely. Therefore, for this example, our limit would be equal to 1. Now this is one example of our convergent sequence. Now let's look at another one. And here we have our second example, a bit different from our first, but convergent sequence nonetheless. We can see that it has kind of an oscillating pattern, and because of that we call it just that. It's also referred to as an oscillating sequence or an alternating sequence. So you can either refer to it as an oscillating sequence or an alternating sequence. But let's just realize that it is getting closer and closer and closer towards a specific value as we go on. Now that value seems to be 0, but we're not interested in the value. I just want you to recognize that we can have either this type of graph where it's converging from one direction, or this graph where it's oscillating, or we say alternating, and it's converging from more or less two directions. Okay, so there we have it for our lesson on convergent sequences. So we just have to remember that the limit as n tends to infinity of our sequence is equal to some specific value, L. Thank you for watching.